Maths class. My name is Mansi and our today's topic is patterns in rotation. In this topic, we will do two things today. First, we will observe rotations of shapes and secondly, we will observe designs of rotational patterns. In this lesson, you will find some new words which are written towards the left side of your screen. You can pause this video and quickly grab your notebook and pen and note them down. So students, let us begin this lesson with recalling what we know. We have seen that the objects which are divided in two equal halves by a line, they are symmetrical. Or in other words, if I fold this shape around this line, I'll get two parts which are exactly matching with each other. So this line will be called as line of symmetry. Similarly, if I take this shape, I can see that this line has divided the shape in two identical parts and this line will be called as line of symmetry. Similarly, this line, horizontal line as well, divides this in two identical parts. So this line as well is line of symmetry, or it is called as axis of symmetry. Symmetry can be vertical, horizontal, or both. Just like the shapes, some of the letters of alphabet also are symmetrical. For example, here, if you see letter A, it is symmetrical about this vertical line. If you see letter E, it is symmetrical about the horizontal line over here. Whereas letter H is symmetrical about two lines, vertical and horizontal. There are certain shapes which are asymmetrical. That means they are not symmetrical about any line. If you write F, Q, R, S, Z or G on a piece of paper and try to fold it, you will find that there is no line which divides these letters in two identical halves. That means we cannot draw a line of symmetry for asymmetrical figures. Now that we have recalled about symmetry and axis of symmetry, let us learn about rotation of shapes. Turning a shape in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction is called as rotation of shape. Rotation means turning. Now you can rotate a shape, letter or any figure. For example, if I take this cell or battery and I rotate it clockwise, this is called rotation of this object. Now there are certain degrees of rotation and direction which is really important. If we take this cell and rotate it clockwise by 90 degree, this is called quarter turn. We know quarter means 1/4. 1/4 is quarter. Remember, we had studied it in last grades. Half is 1/2. Quarter is 1/4 and 3/4 is 3/4. So let's see. This is a quarter turn, that is 90 degrees. This will be half turn, that is 180 degrees. This will be 3/4 turn and this will be the full circle rotation or one complete turn. Now my question to you is, can you tell me how much will be the 3/4 rotation? What will be the degree of 3/4 rotation? We know quarter is 90, half is 180 and full is 360 degree rotation. You have to find out how many degrees are 3/4 rotation. Interesting? Now when we talk about rotation of a shape or an object, two things are most important. What is the direction of rotation and how much is the degree of rotation? For example, if I take a quarter turn in clockwise direction, you will find that the orange part of the cell is facing towards right. Whereas if I take an anti-clockwise rotation of 90 degrees, you will find that orange side is facing towards left. That's why the direction and the degree is important. Now let's see for 1/3 turn. Now how much is 1 by 3? That means we have to divide 360 degrees in 3 equal parts. We get 120 degrees. So this is the cell. I'm rotating it clockwise by 120 degrees. This is 1/3 rotation. You can see that the orange part is facing towards bottom right side. Now if I rotate this anti-clockwise by 120 degrees, where will it face? Great. So bottom towards left side. That's why degree and direction are the two most important things to tell what will be the shape or how will the shape look like after a turn. Now let's check our understanding. If I have this letter J and I want to find out how will it look like if I turn it clockwise through half, 1/3 and 1/4 turn. Now half is 180 degrees. I have letter J and I'm going to turn it 180 degrees. Now for this I need to keep one point as constant. Let's take, I'm going to hold it here and make it as constant, and I have to turn it half. That means this should come down. I'm going to turn it by half. This is down. This is how my shape looks like when it is done half turn clockwise. Now let's see clockwise 1/3 turn. We know 1/3 is 120 degrees. So this is my 0 and I want to rotate it by 120. So if I start from here, 120 will come somewhere here. Somewhere here. So I'll start from here, 120 will come somewhere here. Let's see. 1/3 turn in clockwise direction. This is how I get. Now let's try for 1/4 turn. 1/4 turn is 90 degrees. Now this is here. I'm keeping this point as reference. I'm going to move it by 90 degrees. 90 degrees means it will start here. It will come here. So let's move it. Correct. So this is my shape after 90 degree rotation or 1/4 turn clockwise. Now that we have seen what is rotation of the shape and we have recalled what is symmetry, what is line of symmetry, let's try to answer some questions from our workbook. Our first question is, which of the following letters is symmetrical? Now remember, symmetrical means it can be folded or it can be divided in two equal halves with a single line. Now let's see if letter F, can I find any line which will make it symmetrical? No. Let's take letter D. I can think of one line horizontally which will divide letter D in two equal halves or two identical halves. Letter R, I can't find a symmetrical line. Letter Q also I can't. So my correct answer is option B. So letter D is the correct answer. Good job. Now the next question is, the letter H has dash lines of symmetry. How many lines of symmetry letter H has? Now if you try to draw lines across H, think about it, take 10 seconds. What will be the answer? How many lines can you draw? And the correct answer is option A. Correct. We can draw two lines of symmetry with letter H. Now next question, let's see. If a quarter turn is 90 degree rotation, then a 1/3 turn is dash rotation. Now we know complete or full is 360 degrees and we have to divide it in 3 equal parts because 1/3. If you divide 360 by 3, what will you get? Remember, we had just seen this. I'm going to write the correct answer over here. I'm giving you 10 seconds to think. You can note down the answer in your workbook as well. You can pause the video and note down the answer in your workbook. And the correct answer is 120 degrees. Correct. Good job. Here we have completed our first task of the day, observing rotations of shapes. Now let's move on